My name is Lee Pearlman with the law firm of Denmon Pearlman, and today I'm going to discuss the 7 most common dirty tricks that insurance companies will attempt to play in personal injury claims. Now, this is not all the dirty tricks, but these are the 7 most common we see on a day in and day out basis. Now, the first is they're going to attempt to settle with you very quickly if it's clear that somebody else is at fault and there's a policy in play to cover the accident. What they're going to do is try and settle for essentially pennies on the dollar. In fact, there are studies that show that approximately 400% can be the difference between somebody who settles right off the bat with an insurance company versus somebody who's actually represented by an attorney who knows what insurance companies are attempting to do. That settlement early on will not include any of the medical treatment necessary for you, lost wages, pain and suffering, or any other factors that can come into play on a personal injury case. So never settle right off the bat with an insurance company until we really know what the injuries are and what is going to be required to truly represent this case and recover a full value of it. Now, the second most common dirty trick that insurance companies will play is they'll try to prevent you from actually seeing a doctor or really talking to an attorney. And the reason they do this is, again, going back to the first issue, they know when you talk to an attorney, they know when you talk to a doctor, there can be issues with the case that require actual litigation, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. And if you learn that there's actually a benefit to talking to an attorney, a benefit to seeing a doctor, well, that prevents them from settling this case for the lowest possible value, which, remember, is really what they're attempting to do. So again, it's not about actually helping you. It's not about actually making you whole or even being fair. It's about getting this case settled immediately, quickly, for essentially nothing. So keep those factors in mind. The third common dirty trick that we deal with, especially early on personal injury cases, is that an insurance company won't tell you what the actual value of the policy that is in play on your particular car accident may be. And it's exceptionally important to know that to understand what the amount of medical treatment you can receive and have covered by the policy might be, what your personal recovery might be for your pain and suffering, lost wages, things of that effect. So they won't tell you what that is intentionally so that you stay in the dark on what might actually be recoverable in your case. And that's something that you absolutely must know in any personal injury case. The fourth common dirty trick that insurance companies will play is they'll stall out the case. They'll stall out even telling you that the investigation is finalized, that they've made a determination on fault. They might know right away, but time is on their side. Most people want to be able to be finalized with an accident to have some money in their pocket right away, but it's the wrong call almost all the time. So just because they delay, they stall, doesn't mean that your case is a very strong one or that you don't have the possibility of having a very good recovery at the end. You can't let an insurance company dictate the course and the pace. You have to stay with it. The fifth dirty trick that insurance companies play fairly regularly is they will make the opening of a claim very difficult. So what should be a very straightforward and easy process, calling them, reporting you're in an accident, finding out the at-fault company or person's insurance information, all those things should be straightforward, but they'll make it intentionally difficult. They'll add layers of bureaucracy so that instead of just having a straightforward claim and being able to determine the information quickly and efficiently, they'll not return phone calls, not return emails, push you to other adjusters from time to time, all in a process or an attempt to make it more difficult for you to be able to ascertain the information you need. Now, the sixth and fairly common dirty trick that an insurance company will play is they'll try and send you to either their own doctors for treatment, if you make it clear that you do need and want medical treatment, or their own auto repair shop. The reason that they like to do this is they know if they send you to a doctor that they are familiar with, they're likely going to give an opinion, a medical opinion, that is beneficial for the insurance company and not the injured party. This is a regular practice, and it's something that you have to avoid or at least know about before you go in that direction. And the same logic applies to the auto repair shop. Instead of maybe totaling out a vehicle and giving you a full return on the Kelley Blue Book or fair market value of what the vehicle might be, they might attempt to repair it and have a huge devaluation in your property and the ownership interest you have in that car. Again, if they're sending you to an auto repair shop, it's because they know they're going to have a better outcome with them as opposed to what the right outcome should be. And the seventh most common dirty trick that we see insurance companies attempt to pull on injured parties is denial of personal injury protection, or PIP. Personal injury protection is something that is in effect through every individual's own insurance policy. Now, there are other ways that PIP can come into play, even if you don't necessarily have insurance, automobile insurance of your own, but generally it will come into play through your own policy, and it's something that must be preserved within 14 days of an accident. Now, the problem is, with soft tissue injury, sometimes the injury doesn't make itself apparent or become as painful and as difficult as it can be in that 2-week period. Just because PIP was not preserved does not mean that you cannot go forward on a personal injury claim. And this is something we see regularly, but insurance companies will attempt to state, well, there was no PIP protection because nothing was done in that 14-day window, so therefore you don't have a policy. And we even see that they try and present this information out in the general public through different media and different means. But the reality is, in no way does that prevent you from going forward on a claim, especially if, as I said, soft tissue, which becomes more apparent as time goes on, often, you can absolutely move forward to make sure that you receive medical treatment and have the ability to recover against an insurance company when a policy is in effect and you were injured because of someone's negligence. So these are the most common dirty tricks that we see. Again, this isn't all of them, but this is what we see on a day in and day out basis, and it's something that you need to be aware of as you go forward if you are an injured party in any automobile accident. So in this situation, please call the law firm of Denmon Pearlman. We are happy to speak to you, offer a free consultation, and go through every aspect that we believe would be relevant to your case so that we can help you.